Nykaa's made a blockbuster debut as its market cap crosses 1 lakh crore.
In spite of making a blockbuster debut on the stock market with crossing a market cap of 1 lakh crores on day one, Nykaa right now, after 15 months of stock market debut, it lost 60% of its market cap. Even before the stock market debut, Nykaa was a profitable company. And now the metric which was loved by all the investors, right, profitability, now Nykaa is taking a hit on that metric too. In the recently announced quarterly results, Nykaa's profit after tax PAT has come down by 71%. Before we go and understand why Nykaa is facing these issues right now, let's first talk about what made Nykaa a great company to start with. Let's first understand this beauty and personal care segment. In the beauty and personal care segment, there were three issues that customers were facing. The first one, customers did not know what products they wanted to purchase. So it was not about the product itself, it was also about educating the customer. For example, you go and purchase a lipstick on Myntra or Amazon or Flipkart, but if you do not know how it would look on your face, what are all the available options, and what it can go well with versus not among your entire makeup kit, that was something which Nykaa was able to add value. It had beauty blogs, it had beauty advice, Nykaa TV, and also Instagram pages, which are very popular among its audience. It has more than 2 million, 3 million subscribers on each one of these social media platforms. By giving advice and adding value to the customer, it was able to build that trust with the customers to start with. And once it started to build trust with the customers, then it was making sale. This is called as integrated marketing. You add value to the customer, and in the process of adding value, you sell a product. And there are two distinct advantages with this integrated marketing approach. Number one, customers trust you. Customers are coming back to you to learn about the product, to learn about what works for them versus not. And also, the retention rates are very high. In the recently released quarterly reports itself, you can see out of every 100 rupee sales that Nykaa is making, 75 rupee sales are coming from old customers. That is, customers who already were purchasing something on Nykaa before. So the retention rates are extremely high. And also, as I mentioned, the trust, the relationship with the customer is built from a long-term standpoint. The second thing that Nykaa was also able to do very well with respect to the issues that the customers were facing was it avoided the fake products, because Nykaa was not connecting a seller and a buyer. Nykaa was first purchasing products from these suppliers, these sellers, and then it was basically selling it to the entire audience. Now, because of this, it was acting as that safety, security, and quality gatekeeper. Because when you are using a product on your face, when you are using a product on your lips, you are of course concerned about, hey, is it a safe product? Is it a quality product versus not? And this is because of the model called as inventory-led model, which Amazon or Flipkart doesn't do. On the other hand, Nykaa does an inventory-led model where it is buying goods from the suppliers first and then selling it to the customers. Taking on and basically resolving these kind of issues for the customers made Nykaa the darling of the investor community and also the customer's preferred choice. Then what happened that their profitability started to go down and their stock prices go down? The first thing here is their competition has increased. There were new players coming into the market. Amazon, Flipkart have also increased their focus in the beauty and personal care segment. Purple, MyGlam, etc., which are purely focused on the beauty and personal care segment, have also entered into the market. You can see competitors like AGO, Tata have entered into the segments which are a little bit on the luxury side. So across the segments, across the value chain, they were facing new competition, and that was a little bit of an issue for the investor community. The second problem that they were facing was the profitability was going down. The profitability was going down primarily because of the increase in the inflation, where the suppliers from which Nykaa was purchasing goods, they also had to increase prices. On the other hand, it was not possible for Nykaa to go ahead and pass on those prices to the customers because customers were also becoming wary of their spends. They did not want to spend a lot on a discretionary item. Subsequently, either they were not purchasing high cost items or they were purchasing a low cost item, which ultimately led to a decrease in the margins for Nykaa. The third reason, of course, is not a negative reason but a positive reason which still impact profitability is the number of physical outlets that Nykaa has. Previously, in March 2021, Nykaa had 75 physical outlets. And in Feb 2023, in exactly 2 years' time, Nykaa has 135 physical outlets. So there is an increase of close to 80 to 85% of physical outlets that they own. Well, when you are opening a physical outlet, typically you incur the costs in the first 1 to 2 years, but the profits will continue to roll on for the next couple of years. Hence, you can see the increase in the costs for Nykaa. Hopefully, the profitability will again go up over the next few years. Now, with these problems and the issues that we have realized, what and where do we stand with respect to Nykaa? The first and the most important thing, as long as they are growing, which is very clearly the case, and also they are retaining the customers, it's a good growth story. As a business student, you need to understand that it is not just about acquiring new customers every single day. It is about acquiring the customers and also retaining these customers. It is not easy to retain the customers if your product is not good or if your buying experience is not good. Which very clearly in the case of Nykaa is not true. They are able to get revenues of close to 75% from existing customers, which means the buying experience is good and also customers love their products. Hence, please focus on not just acquiring customers but also retaining customers. The second important lesson that you should also realize, it is not just about selling a product to the customer. It is about adding value. Don't just keep on increasing your marketing spend. Make sure that you are doing an integrated marketing effort where you continue to add value to the customer and then on top of it, you sell a product to the customer. Hope this makes sense to you. Please go ahead, press on that like button, subscribe to the channel, and then I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care.